Chill, this is Miguel and you are watching Montreality. Oh man, I was talkative in class. I was always getting in trouble for talking to classmates. But I was a good kid, you know. It was important to my mother and my father that I got good grades, and I could only go to the studio if I, kept my grades up. So it was, it was kind of a win-win, I kept my grades up and got to work. Man, growing up as a teenager, my first job, I cleaned pools for a summer. I was a pool cleaner. And that was actually a fun job. And I made pretty good money. That was a good summer. And then after that, I took on a steady job even throughout the school year as a tutor for this tutoring company. And I tutored kindergarten to 10th grade. And that was really cool watching kids improve and whatnot. It was a good first job. But since then I was like a bank teller. At my lowest point, I was a extended car warranty salesman. Man, that was tough. But you do what you gotta do. Man, first big check, I'll be honest with you, I blew it on legal fees, man. I spent all my money on legal fees. And that's when I kind of went broke again. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was literally in a matter of a month and a half, dude. It was kind of lame, but here we are. Most important is finding what you're passionate about, finding what you truly love, and starting from there, because there's a saying in the Bible, right? Faith without works is dead. But it's the same principle. You can know that you love something, but if you don't apply yourself and do it, it kind of doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? So it takes that extra step of pursuing your passion and living it. And that's a lot easier said than done, man, because there's so many people who have to provide, for themselves, for their families, and so on and so forth. And it hinders them from pursuing their dreams or their goals and whatnot. So I know how hard that can be, but I think that's where true success kind of really comes from, not only economically, but I'm saying as human beings, personal success, self-accomplishment, feeling accomplished and feeling fulfilled comes from knowing your passion and pursuing it. And I think hard work to accompany that, is just, you can't lose, man. Interestingly, I've had this conversation with a couple of my friends, and it would have to be something that was really detail oriented. I don't know, I'm really meticulous about certain things, so I don't know. If it was an animal, I would have been a wolf though. But if it was a person that did something, I don't know, like a tailor or something. My last meal, if I had to have my last meal, it would be enchiladas and macaroni and cheese. And probably some fried chicken, yeah. Oh man, Jerry from Tom and Jerry. I mean, Tom was dope though, because without him it wouldn't have been the same cartoon. That's my favorite cartoon ever. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, Jerry was dope. He was dope, man. Summer on Smash is one of those records that I really can't really give an explanation for. I was in New York working on my album, and I got an email from Swizz to see if I was in the city. And I was like, yeah, I'm out here, what's up? And he was like, we're wrapping up this Nas album and we would both love to have you. Can you come through? It was perfect timing because I had just taken a break, I was hungry. So as soon as my food came, I hopped in a cab and got to the studio, and he sat me down and was like, yo, Nas is upstairs just wrapping this other joint, he's gonna come down, but I want to play this record that we really love, see if you'd be down to rock on it. And he played me the Summer on Smash beat, and Nas's verses are on it, and I'm sitting there, I played it 30 times, I kid you not, man. I played it 30 times and I couldn't hear any singing on it. I was like, yo Swizz, I don't know if this is gonna work, man. I appreciate, you wanting to include me, but I feel like I would just be cumbersome on the record trying to sing. Like, it just doesn't feel right. He was like, well, just sit with it and vibe out and just do whatever comes naturally. I said, okay. So he left, and about 15, 30 minutes later, he came back, and there was a verse on there, and I was like, before you listen to this, Swizz, I'm telling him, like, wait a second, just hold on. Before I play this for you, I'm gonna warn you. First of all, don't fucking laugh. Second of all, I'm rapping. And he was like, oh, word? And he was like, no, I'm not gonna laugh, I'm gonna listen to it. So I played it. He said, hold up. He played it back. He went back. He was like, hold up, played it back. He's listening to it. Plays it back. He was like, yo, this shit is crazy. He's like, this is out of here. He's like, showtime. And once he said that, it was a wrap. And here we are. Interestingly, Nas and I mean, we had mutual friends before, so that's like big brother. You know what I mean? We hadn't worked before, but he was actually like literally in the last like 2 days before having the master, so he was like knocking some stuff out, and I had to get back to my session. So it just kind of worked out. I came out, knocked it out, and you know, here we are. Shout out to Swizz and Nas, big bros. Appreciate you. Fetish. There's a lot. I mean, I really like a woman I like a girl who's dirty. So if she knows how to pull off like some really dope lingerie, or something kind of daring, something that's like dirty, that's dope. But in general, I think I pay more attention to like a woman's eyes, and then like her lips, and then her ass. Yeah. What's in my pockets? Let's see. A pair of gloves, cause it's cold out here. Got my wallet. Yeah. Let's see. My phone. What do I got? Random papers. Oh, today's itinerary. This Montreality card, of course. Don't leave home without that. Versace 465s. My favorite pair of shades. Man, crazy, I was just watching this video I took of the session from Jamaica that when we did Where's the Fun and Forever, and the song was originally for her album, and it didn't make it, and I was in love with it. So sorry, Alicia, I was kind of happy you didn't put the joint on your album because I really wanted it. But it just was one of those songs that I was in love with. It's a very personal, you know, concept, you know, an idea and thought. And so she was gracious enough to let us use her vocals that we kind of did during the demoing the song, and songs on the album. So if you haven't got the album, Kaleidoscope Dream, get it on there. Alicia Keys isn't technically featured, but if you listen to Where's the Fun and Forever, you might hear her voice here and there. Oh man, you know, I'll name a band called Grizzly Bear. They just dropped an album this year called Shields, and I love all their albums before this one as well, but I think it would be really dope. Their sense of like harmony is incredible. You know what, man? There's a time where I really was hurt that I wasn't nominated. You know what I mean? And there's a few people who know that. I'm pretty vocal about my opinions and whatnot. But coming full circle and being in the position where we are nominated this time, I'll tell you, what I've learned in between is that it's so much more about just having an audience, and the fact that we found a broader audience this time around just, you know, is the biggest blessing I could ever ask for. And yes, the Grammys are the highest honor a musician can, you know, be considered for, and I'm extremely blessed. But I think more than anything, I'm just happy to be building a larger fan base with every album, or with this album, you know what I'm saying, hopefully with the next album, and with all these shows that we're doing and all that. I'm incredibly humbled. So yeah, I appreciate the fans out there, man. Thank you for paying attention. That's all an artist, whatever medium, could ask for. And shout out to the Grammys for having us, of course. I'm so honored, so beyond honored. It's my first time, so yeah.